Yes, I know this team really well because I have been coaching here in Iceland been a coach in the highest league in the last 3-4 years. So competed against them. This team, they have had the same coach now for I think 5 or 6 years. And before he came, it's been a club a little bit normally in the highest league, but struggling, going down, up, down. But since he came, I think they have won 4 cups and 2 championships. And now this, that they qualify for Conference League group stage and they go to the qualifying. This is the first Icelandic team who actually takes points in the group phases of Conference League. Last year was Breiðablik the first team who actually reached the Conference League group stage, but they didn't manage to take any points. I would say why they are actually so successful, because it's a team. Everyone knows their role really well. They play for each other. No one is playing for themselves. It's always the team first. And I wouldn't say no big stars. They have few guys who have played in a decent level abroad, but not really high level. They have a player who is Swedish, Oliver Ekroth, who plays like a centre back here in Iceland, and he is a top level player. I don't think he has. I don't know if he managed to play in the highest league in Sweden. Yes, probably, but didn't manage to do something fantastic. But here, he has been one of the best players since he came to Iceland as a centre back. They have Jón Guðni Fjóluson, who came back. He is tall, left-footed. He plays left centre defender, because they had another one who has been doing really well for them. Gunnar Vatnshamar. He's from Føroyar Islands. He plays for the national team of Føroyar Islands, but he has been injured. He hasn't played, and maybe he's going to play this game. So I think it's likely, and he is physical. So most likely he is going to play next to Oliver Ekroth. And then they have Þrándarson, Aron Eli, who came back. He was playing in Denmark. Tall midfielder, attacking midfielder. He is handful, but most of all, like I said, this is a team. They have 2 really young players who have been doing really well, which I think are probably going to move away from the club after this period. Ari who has scored few goals for them. He plays on the wing, normally on their left side, goes on his inside on the right foot. And Gísli Gottskálksson, who is a midfield player, a young one. He has done really well, and I like him a lot. I think he can go far. I would say it's a team. Normally when they build up, they build up with 3 in the back. One of the fullback pushes up. Sometimes he goes like into the pitch, like you see a lot now in modern football. So they build up with 3-2-5 or 3-1-6. Use a lot the width when they play, run a lot behind the opposition defense, and they're a very physical team. I saw not the whole match, probably not the best match. Just before they sacked the coach, I think they played home against Chelsea. Sometimes when you want to play good football like they did, they were really keeping the ball against Chelsea, but you were playing against top level, and if you lose the ball, they were punishing them. You see also Chelsea is doing really well in the Premier League now. But I could see Panathinaikos. They have quality players. They have quality in the team. The only what would worry me a little bit, because they are playing against a little Iceland, if they are going to underestimate Vίκingur, because if they do that, if they do not go with full force, I think that it's going to be a struggle. But if they take it seriously, which they should now, because they managed to take 8 points in the group phase, so they should do it. I think the gap between the teams should be, we should see it. Normally, Panathinaikos has a much better team than Vίκingur. much more quality. The only question for me, if they approach the game like playing against Olympiacos, AEK, PAOK, then they are going to go 100% because they know it's going to be a tough game. If they do that, I think normally they should go through without big problems. But football is football and nothing is for sure. But I think the quality on this stage, we should see it because Panathinaikos and the level of the best teams in Greece, they are much higher than even what Vίκingur has done. What about AEK? I mean, I always follow. You can see everywhere. I think Almeyda, the coach, has done a fantastic job when you see what he has done, the football they play. Just if you look at the statistics, normally when they play most of the teams, they normally have ball possession really high. They dominate the games. Okay, you cannot win all the games. But now they have struggled a little bit in the beginning. They didn't manage to go in the group phase. And of course, immediately, people start to criticize, maybe think they should hire a new coach. My opinion, he has done a fantastic job for them. So be patient. And you see now, they are now top of the league with Olympiacos, PAOK. And what they have done, and this is also what I said before some years ago, when I could have the new stadium, things will change a little bit. Because they have a new training facility, new stadium. I mean, playing at that time, Nikos Koumas, as it was called in Philadelphia. That was fantastic, you know, full stadium. And at that time when I played, when we played against Panathinaikos or Olympiacos or PAOK, then the fans of Panathinaikos or Olympiacos were allowed to come to the game. But it's fantastic atmosphere playing these games, and Nea Φιλαδέλφεια was a special place, and it's a special place now. The stadium is fantastic, Hagia Sophia, fantastic.
It is a special place for Olympiacos too, because he won the Champions League trophy last year.
I know. But I think actually, even though maybe for some fans they maybe think those Greek fans who are not Olympiacos, they shouldn't win it or blah blah blah. But I think it is fantastic for Greek football. It's a fantastic advertisement. And for me, I love AEK, but I want to see, because I love Greek football, I would love to see Panathinaikos go far, Olympiacos. So for me, that's good for Greek football. Advertisement what the quality is there, and I think sometimes the Greeks should actually focus on that and make the league even better, because there is a good standard, but you can still do better. So they have done really well, and these players, and I saw now Super, he just left and he was one of the players when I was the technical director for AEK that we were looking at. Then he was a young lad in Grasshoppers, and now of course he is a little bit older, what is also really important for, in my opinion, for the Greek teams, the big Greek teams, is to focus on young quality players where they can actually bring in 20, 21, 2, 3, play them 2-3 years, and then earn money on them. When I was a football player, 97 to 2000, and even when I came 2010 as a technical director, it was still mostly what the three big clubs, they were actually getting old players, famous names, 32, 33, 34, paying them a lot of money, and they were finishing their career in Greece, which sometimes you can find one guy who still can give a lot. But my opinion, for these clubs, because there are a lot of talent in Greece, but if you have talent, you have to give them opportunity to play. And if they play, what happens? They're gonna grow. Of course, they have to be good enough when you play for Olympiacos, Panathinaikos or AEK or PAOK. They have to have the quality to play. But given opportunity, they're gonna step up. And what is this gonna do for the league? It's actually what it will do also for the league is that younger players, bigger talents are brought from Greece. They're gonna look at the Greek league and say, hey, they're gonna give young quality players opportunity. So I would like to go to Greece because there I'm gonna get opportunity to play, And that's also important when you want to bring in young quality players, and then it's going to up the level plus, and then also I think you're going to sell players also, which is also important, because if someone says money doesn't talk in football, it's very important, because if you don't have money, you can't buy good players, you can't have good levels. So this all goes together, and I think Greece, they since 2010 they have improved. They have given more younger players, signed less old guys. So I think they're on the right track. But of course, it also goes down to the coaching of the academy. How good is the coaching? How many players are actually going to the first team? The better the academy, the more players you obviously gonna go through the academy. And this is important, because financially this can give the clubs a lot of possibilities in the future, in my opinion.